Hey everybody, it's John from the Gloucester Library, and for today's let's draw the palm tree. Alright, let's get started. So first what I'm going to start with is the leaves on the top of the tree. Now for this, make sure you're working with a pencil because I'm going to go back in and erase some parts as we go along. Sometimes I find that easier than trying to draw it all straight out. So I'm going to start with a leaf, and it's kind of like a oval shape with points on the end, almost like an eye. And I'm going to do another one up here, coming off of it. And you see how they connect and they overlap. I drew this one first because it's on top. And do another one here. And like another one here. One here. And maybe one more up there. Now this is where our eraser is going to come in. What I want you to do now is erase a few little spots in your leaves, like maybe 2, 3, maybe 1 on each side to make it kind of random. You don't have to have the exact same number on each. And the reason I'm doing that is now I'm going to go in and do some little lines like this to show the texture in the leaves. They have a little texture to them like that. So like on that one I have 2 on each side, and on here I might do, let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, maybe do 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. How about like that? And I'll go in and add in my little V shapes there on each one. There we go. And sometimes it's just easier to do it that way than to try to draw it all in one quick pass. Alright, now I'm going to erase a little bit here in the middle where they all meet to make some room for coconuts, because this is a coconut palm tree. So just a little bit in there. I have an idea of where I want them to be. But if you erase too much, that's okay. You can just kind of go back in and bring your lines in again afterwards. But I'm making space for 1 circle, so 1 coconut, and 2 coconuts, and 3 coconuts. And kind of have them overlap a little bit there. Now I'm going to do the trunk of the tree, and I like it when they kind of curve a little. Sometimes they go straight up and down, but it's real pretty to me when they lean a little bit. So I'm going to have mine lean just a little, coming down to the beach there, and then another line for the other side of the trunk, and then maybe just a wavy line there to show where it's going into the ground. And then I'm going to do some little curved lines going across my trunk just to show the texture of the trunk. And they're going to get a little bit farther apart as I go down. There we go. And then I'm going to do some lines in the middle of my leaves just to show like where their center is. That center part of the leaves. One more. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to add some color. So I think I'll start with the brown of the trunk first and the coconuts. So I'm going to find a brown color that I think will work. And I'm going to pick a color pencil. So crayon, colored pencil, if you're working for that, it's going to work the same way. I'm going to color lightly first, so just a little bit of pressure. And then where I want the shadow to be, I'm going to press harder. So the harder you press, the darker it'll be. And that I'm doing it at the bottoms because that's where my light's coming from the sky. So I'm going to have the shadows on the bottom there. Same with the trunk of the tree. Just go ahead and color really light first. And then kind of press down harder and darken it in there underneath. And on the side here. So light's kind of coming this way. That's like my favorite light source is from the upper left. I do that most of the time. There we go. And then for the leaves, I'm going to find a pretty dark green for those leaves. And again, I'm going to color in light first. Just like that. And then press down for the bottom where the shadow is, and maybe a little here in the middle. And same thing for each one. Just color in lightly first. And then for the shadow, press down towards the bottom there. Light. And then press down harder for your shadow. There we go. We'll do the same thing with all our leaves here. There we go. And shadow. Press down. All right, a couple more. Press down harder. Alright, last one. Alright. And just press down for my little shadows here quick. Alright. And I'm going to do a light blue in the background for my sky. I'm going to add a little bit extra to this one. Some nice light blue in the sky. I might leave some parts. Oops. I'm gonna mess that up. I'll leave some parts unshaded just to represent like the clouds around it. So see, like I left that part blank for like a cloud. Maybe I'll do the same up here. So have like a nice little puffy cloud there. And I'm just coloring it really light. Really, really light. Right, almost there. Alright. You can go into and color in just a little bit darker at the bottom where it meets the line of the sand. I wouldn't press down all the way. I wouldn't make it really deep, but just a little there. Okay, I'll blend it in some. There we go. And then I'm going to do a really light tan color here for my sand. I'm going to kind of do that this way so it contrasts my sky a little bit better, gives a little bit of a texture. And then where the shadow of my palm tree is, I'm going to color in right here a little bit darker. Alright, there we go. So there's our palm tree. I hope you enjoyed today's Let's Draw, and I hope to see you next time.